drink some water. It's a good practice to drink plenty of water after meditation. So friends, we have meditated for 40 minutes. So the next 5 days. So totally it's a 6-day sequence. So we begin with meditation. And then we'll go into the wisdom session and also question answer session. And for the people who would like to have more meditation, so once we finish our session, so there will be meditation happening in the BMC UK channel as well. So you can join. So first, let us go into the fundamentals. Spirituality. What is spirituality? What is the meaning of spirituality? What is the definition of spirituality? Why spirituality? And what is the core of spirituality? The study of spirituality, spirit, the word spirituality has spirit. So the study of your core essence, the study of your Atma, the study of your soul is spirituality. In other words, research on your own self. What are you? Who are you? Where did you come from? Why did you come to Earth? Where will you go after Earth? So this research, this study is spirituality. The difference between religion and spirituality. Religion is based on belief and faith. Spirituality is based on experiment, research, scientific temper, analysis. While religion is based on belief and faith. In religion, you don't see God, but you believe God exists. But in spirituality, it is all about having the scientific temper. Scientific temper is synonymous with spirituality. Scientific temper means analysis, experiment, questioning, and understanding through your own experience. And your experience comes through your own experiment. In religion, you have faith in God. In spirituality, you want to experience God. So spirituality is all about experience. Experiencing the truth. Now the core of spirituality. Now why anybody would want to come into spirituality? Why all of you have joined in the Zoom session? I can see some people have logged in from India as well. It's very late night for them. So people have joined in from all over the world, across the time zones. So why? Because there is a search, there is a quest. Within you, there is a quest, there is a search. 95% of the people who come into the spiritual path, they come because of problems, physical problems, emotional problems, financial problems, relationship problems, health problems. 95% of the people. The other 5% of the people, they come into spirituality because they have deep, burning questions about themselves. They want to know the truth. They want to know what life is. They want to know their purpose of life. They have everything. The remaining 5%, they have no physical problems. They have no financial problems. There is no relationship problems. They have no problems physically, but spiritually they have a problem because they don't know anything about themselves. Whether you belong to this 95% or whether you belong to the 5%, it doesn't matter. But once you come into the spiritual path, it is your sincerity and seriousness which determines your success in the path. If you are sincere and serious, then you are a candidate for success in the spiritual path. If there is no sincerity, if there is no seriousness, then you're simply wasting your time. So, what is that fundamentally everybody is looking for? Everybody is looking for two things. Number one, they are looking for happiness, ananda. They're looking for eternal happiness. Happiness in all given situations. Because fundamentally, we all know life has a lot of challenges. If we have taken a human birth, by default, it means you will go through pain and you will go through challenges. Because it is through challenges the life evolves. So, in spite of all the challenges, in spite of all the pain, the deeper quest is to be happy. Happiness in all given situations. This is eternal happiness. So, deep down, everybody is looking for eternal happiness. Number one. So, happiness in all situations. That is eternal happiness. And number two, you're looking for peace within. You want to be peaceful within yourself. In any given situation, you want to be peaceful within yourself. And you want to be peaceful with others. And you want to be peaceful with every situation. So there's only two things: happiness and peace. You are peaceful, that means you are contented. You are peaceful with yourself. You are a cool baby in all the situations. And at the same time, you are peaceful with everybody around you. You are peaceful with your family members. You are peaceful with everybody. Happiness in all situations and peace within you and peace with everybody. These are the two things everybody is looking for in spirituality. So now the target or what you are looking for is only these two things. Now, when you don't know anything about yourself, when you don't know who you are, what you are, where you have come from, what is your purpose of life, what is death, what happens after death. So when you don't know all those things, there is no peace within you. And there is a lot of fear. There is a fear of death. What happens after death? So there is a fear of death. And there is a fear of losing loved ones. There is a fear of uncertainty. The fear of old age. So a lot of fears. So when you know the truth, the fears are dispelled. Fear is like darkness. Because you don't know the truth, that's why you have fear. When you know the truth, then fear has no place. It is like this. In the presence of light, darkness cannot exist. So where there is truth, there is no fear. So this journey, this spiritual journey towards eternal peace, towards eternal happiness and peace within you and peace with everybody. This journey is not a one lifetime journey, it's a lifetimes of journey. In every lifetime, you perfect yourself. Layer by layer, you perfect yourself. So there should be no pressure that I have to finish off everything in this lifetime. Eternity is in front of you. You can take as many lifetimes as you want. So there is no rush. When you rush, then there is only frustration. There is no peace. So there is no rush whatsoever because eternity is in front of you. You can take as many lifetimes as you want. So there is no rush, there is no hurry. Point number 1. I'm going to tell you 3 important points, which is also very fundamental in this spiritual journey. This also forms the core of spirituality. So the first one is no hurry whatsoever. No rush, no hurry. Because eternity is in front of you. The second point, no worry. No worry. Whatever happens, no worries. You have got some huge profits in business, or you lost in business. No worry. Somebody is born, a new soul has arrived, and somebody vacated the body. They have gone back home. No worries. Whatever happens, happens for good. See, in Islam, they believe in this principle. They believe that all the good and all the bad happens with the knowledge and with the supervision of God. All good, anything, whatever happens in the creation happens with the knowledge and with the permission of God. So there is nothing to worry. Everything is under the control of the divine. So that's why they say inshallah for everything. That's why in Islam, when somebody vacates the body, they don't cry. They don't cry because they say it is the will of God. They've gone back. And somebody is born, they celebrate. And somebody is vacated the body, they don't cry. They have such faith in God that, inshallah, it is God willing. No need to worry. Because whatever happens, happens for good. In India, there is a saying, in Hinduism, there is a saying, whatever happens, happens for good. You may not know at that moment, but when you see from a bigger picture, everything happens for good. In Ramayana, Rama was sent to the forest, but it is for good. Because in the forest, when he was in Vanavasa for 14 years, when he was in the forest, he helped so many rishis and yogis do their yagas and yagnas. There were so much of rakshasas who were disturbing many yogis in those days. So Rama went and protected everybody. So Rama went and said, I am there. You continue your meditation. You continue your yoga. You continue your yaga. So this 14 years of Vanavasa of Rama was a great blessing in those days. And Ravana kidnapped Sita. That is also for good. If Ravana didn't kidnap Sita, then how will Rama will go and kill Ravana? It is meant for a reason. It is all a play. It is all Sita decided, planned meticulously that in that particular age, in that particular time, in that particular situation, Ravana has to come and kidnap me so that Rama should come. So this is a perfect soul plan. Sita's soul plan. There is no tragedy there. But you don't understand If you see from the mind's perspective, there is all tragedy. If you see from the mind's perspective, there is injustice and there is tragedy. But if you see from the soul's perspective, there is no injustice, there is no tragedy. It is perfect. So whatever the situation you are going through in life right now, or whatever happened in the past in your life, everything happens for good. And everything happened for good. And what has already happened is happened for good. And what is happening now is also happening for good. And what will happen in the future is also for good. For whose good? For your own good. So this is the second point. No worry whatsoever. So the first point is no hurry whatsoever. The second point is no worry for whatsoever. No worry because it is perfect. It is meant to happen. It is for the greater good. It is the greater good of our own selves. Whatever might be. Any situation, any tragedy, but the word tragedy is only from the mind space, but from the soul space, it is only an experience. From the soul space, it is a beautiful experience to learn something. Failure, if you see from the mind space, failure is a tragedy. But if you see from the soul space, failure is a beautiful step to learn lessons. Failure is a beautiful opportunity to learn great lessons. Every failure is pregnant with spiritual gains. Success is pregnant with materialistic gains. Failure is pregnant with spiritual gains. So why to worry? Whatever happens, happens for good. If you're successful in something, enjoy the materialistic wealth, name, fame. If you failed in something, then focus on the learning and expand your consciousness. Learn great lessons. So whatever happens, happens for good. So no need to worry. That is the second point. If you have this mantra in life, these 3 points, what I'm going to tell you, if you remember these 3 things, then you steadily progress towards your enlightenment journey. So the first is no hurry whatsoever. The second is no worry whatsoever. The third point is don't waste your time and energy. You should not waste your time and energy. That is the third point. You have incarnated on the planet Earth not to waste time. You have incarnated to do something. Utilize the time. Utilize your time either to do some work for your own benefit or do some work for others' benefit, or utilize the time for your own entertainment and happiness and play, games, sports. Either use your time for your growth or use the time for others' growth. That means in service to help others grow, or you entertain yourself. Listen to nice music, watch some nice movie, go play outside, go for holiday, outing, sunrise, sunset, play in the water. Entertainment. Every kind of entertainment the soul enjoys. But your entertainment should not hurt others. That is the important point. And you should not waste your energy. So the third point is don't waste your time and don't waste your energy. Because your energy is very limited. And if you waste energy, like unnecessarily thinking, too much thinking, you are wasting energy. Too much speaking, you are wasting energy. Too much of worrying, you are wasting energy. So when you waste this precious energy, then for the important things in your life, you are not left with any energy. See, you need energy. Energy, this cosmic energy, the chi energy, the prana, is very, very important. It's very precious. This energy is the fundamental life force energy to see something, to speak something, to listen something, to concentrate on something, to memorize something, even to digest the food you eat, you need energy. If you don't have energy, then you cannot even properly digest the food. To walk, to do anything you want to do, you need this energy. But if you waste this energy, then you feel tired, you feel exhausted. People with full of energy, they are bubbling, they are happy people. People who have less energy, they are very tired, they are very lethargic, and they are always worried, sad face. If you are not happy in your life, that simply means you have very, very less energy. If you have full of energy, then there is no place for worry. So, you should catch hold of yourself, the places where you are wasting energy. Listening to unnecessary things is also waste of energy. Like, for example, your colleague comes and gossips, or your neighbor or somebody in your house, they come and gossip. You tell them, hey, stop. Don't waste my energy by gossiping, because it is of no use to me. Or you move away from that place. So it is your primary responsibility not to waste energy and not to waste time. You have these three mantras in your life: no hurry, no worry, and no waste of time and energy. Then you become unstoppable in your spiritual journey. Then you become eligible candidate for eternal happiness and peace. You can all do this experiment. So, to follow these 3 points, you need a lot of awareness. And that awareness you will get through meditation. So now do you understand how important meditation is? The more you become meditative, the more you do meditation. And along with meditation, you have to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is equally important. The more you practice mindfulness, mindfulness simply means whatever you do only that. No multitasking. Your body and mind in one place. If you're eating food, your focus is only on eating food. Your focus is only on enjoying the taste of the food. You're not watching the TV and eating the food. You're not having a discussion in the dining table and eating food. Then that is not mindfulness. When you eat food mindfully, then all the nutrition gets absorbed in the body. But if you're not eating mindfully, then most of the nutrition is going waste because you're not mindful of what you're eating. The capacity to absorb the nutrition, the body's capacity to absorb the nutrition is very less. And also you overeat. If you're not mindful when you're eating, you overeat. But when you're mindful, then you eat exactly according to the hunger. The practice of mindfulness is very, very important. The practice of meditation and the practice of mindfulness, these two practices are like two wings of an eagle. Eagle is a very spiritual bird. Eagle symbolizes victory. When there are clouds, or when there is a storm or a rain, other birds go and fly into the nest. But eagle flies higher than the clouds. So any challenge you get in your life, you should go beyond the challenges. So the eagle is not scared of the rain or clouds or storm. Eagle flies beyond the clouds because it has two powerful wings. So similarly, when you have meditation and mindfulness in your life, you go to the peak of your life journey. You go beyond your challenges. You fly high. The practice of mindfulness is very simple, but it takes a lot of practice. You start with few exercises. For example, When you're eating, make it a practice that you're eating mindful. Your dining table should be a space of silence. When you're cooking, you cook mindfully. When you're cooking mindfully, the food will come. The outcome is beautiful taste, tasty food. You will be able to cook. But if you're not cooking mindfully, the food doesn't taste so good. The same ingredients, you use the same ingredients, the same cooking preparation, the methods, everything the same. You do mindfully, the taste is of different level. You can try this experiment. Just few exercises you can begin with. Mindful when you're cooking, mindful when you're eating, mindful when you're taking shower. When you're taking shower, enjoy the shower. You're taking shower for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, be totally mindful of the shower. Enjoy the shower. Feel the water drops touching your skin and feel the water cleansing your aura. Enjoy it. If you're not mindful, you cannot enjoy the shower. So begin with this. And when you eat mindfully, you will enjoy the food to the maximum level. And slowly extend the mindfulness practice to the areas like when you're cleaning the house, cleaning mindfully. And when you're doing your office work, do mindfully. Anything and everything you do mindfully. That means only one thing, no multitasking. In the beginning, you should focus on only one thing at a time. Then slowly, slowly, as you master yourself, as you master the life, as you climb the ladder and get into the higher consciousness, then very naturally the multitasking will come. So that multitasking comes naturally to you from a higher states of consciousness. But until you reach that stage, that means that comes very automatically. So you practice mindfulness one thing at a time. And when you do mindfulness, when you practice mindfulness, every work you do becomes efficient. You become efficient in your work. The quality of your work is no more second quality, it is the first quality. You become efficient. In whatever you do, you become efficient. So that comes with practice. Every day you practice, practice, practice. So along with meditation, mindfulness is also important. And the beauty is they both are intertwined. The more you practice meditation, the more naturally you become mindful. And the more you practice mindfulness, more naturally you go deep into meditation. So they both are intertwined. In my practice of intense 2.5 years in my journey back in the year 2008, 9, 10, 24 hours I was either in meditative state or in mindfulness. I experimented myself. And you will experience heaven on planet Earth when you bring mindfulness and meditation in your life. This is real spirituality. Real spirituality is to enjoy life. Okay. And now, in this 6 days, we will touch upon all the spiritual laws. See, it is very important. You have to understand your nature. You have to understand your nature, your own nature, which is self-realization. And also you have to be in alignment with the laws of the nature. If you are in alignment with the laws of the nature, then you become an eligible candidate for eternally happy, to be happy eternally. If you're not in alignment, then you cannot be happy. When you're in alignment with yourself, with your nature, and when you're in alignment with the nature laws, then there is eternal happiness and there is peace. So every day we'll discuss about certain spiritual laws. Like we have many laws, like law of consciousness. What is this consciousness? What is this creation? What is the trees, the plants, the animals, the birds, and the humans? What is the connection? Purusha and Prakriti. The soul is Purusha and the nature is Prakriti. So what is this Purusha Prakriti? So there is a law of consciousness. Who created all these things? And what is the process of evolution? So to understand this, there is one spiritual law. And also law of karma. A very beautiful law. Karma, many people, they get scared. They think it's punishment. No, karma is not punishment. It is a very beautiful law, which teaches you a lot of things, which helps you to grow, which helps you to learn. So there is law of karma. And again, there is law of reincarnation. And there is law of constant progression. That means you don't go backwards, you always go forwards in your evolution. Except suicide. Suicide is the only thing which you should not do. If you do suicide, then you're stuck. For many, many lifetimes, you'll be stuck. So suicide is absolutely no, come what may. If you're not committing suicide, then you're constantly progressing. Even if your life is a total failure, you are constantly progressing. From the soul space, there is only progress, 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 progress. Constant progression. Lifetime after lifetime, constant progression. And the exception is suicide. There is another law. And there is a law of speeding up the progress. Like, for example, it takes for you, for example, it takes 300 lifetimes for you from the first lifetime till the final enlightened lifetime, the last lifetime. If it takes 300 lifetimes average, you can hasten it, you can speeden it up. You can speeden it up to 50 lifetimes. Instead of 300, in only 50 lifetimes, you can finish the earth journey. You can get enlightened. So there is a law of hastening the progress, law of speeding up the progress. So when you practice more meditation, you are speeding up your progress. When you read books, you are speeding up your progress. When you do service to others, you are speeding up your progress. Without service also you can progress, but with service you can speeden up your progress. Without meditation also you can evolve, but with meditation you can speeden up your journey. And then there is law of uncertainty. So that is again a beautiful law. Everything in this creation is uncertain. Because it is so dynamic, it is so volatile. What's going to happen the next moment, you cannot predict. Because there are billions of factors which govern what is going to happen the next minute. Only this moment, only the present moment is in your hands. The next moment is not in your hands. So that is the beauty. Because the next moment is uncertain, there are infinite possibilities. There are millions and millions of possibilities. If it is certain, then life is so boring. Because it's uncertain, life is so beautiful. Because there are infinite possibilities. You are like a child, curious, don't know what's going to happen the next moment. You are eagerly waiting. So that means you are alive, you are living. Because your awareness is to the full. See, the law of uncertainty brings you the very important aspect in your life. That means awareness. Because you don't know what is going to happen the next moment. So your awareness is to the peak. You are fully aware, ready to grab all the opportunities what life has. So that is the beauty of life. Law of uncertainty. Everything is changing. Everything is constantly changing. The only thing which doesn't change is the change. Change is the only thing which doesn't change. That means there's eternal law of uncertainty. So there's so many spiritual laws. And actually, no, there are not so many. There's only few spiritual laws. And when you understand these spiritual laws, then you know how to be in alignment with the nature. These laws are there to help you. And when you understand the spiritual laws, you get the maximum benefit. Then you can align yourself with the spiritual laws. When you align yourself with the spiritual laws, then you are eternally happy. Then there is peace, constant peace. So in these 6 days, we will go through this is the core of spirituality. Spirituality is not dependence. Spirituality is independence. You are not dependent on anything outside of you. You become independent. Your happiness has nothing to do with the other person. Your happiness has nothing to do with the situations. Your happiness has nothing to do with what you have, what you don't have, where you live, who you are with. It has nothing to do with anything. It has something to do with you. So, independence. From dependence, you go to independence. And from independence, once you become a master, so when you are independent, that means you become an enlightened master. Then you become a co-creator. You become a co-creator. Then you will have interdependence. You co-create with others. Interdependence. From the state of sadness, that means state of sadness is nothing but dependence. When you are dependent on anybody, that means you are bound to be sad. You are bound to go through suffering. Your suffering is because of your dependence, my dear friends. From that state of dependence, you go into the state of independence. So that means from sadness, suffering to joy. And from that state, you get into the state of co-creator. Then there is interdependence. So that means joy multiplied. You work with other people. You work with other like-minded people. So that is, then you enter into the oneness consciousness. From dependency to independency, from independency to interdependency. Interdependency is the final, like in oneness. To understand it in a more better way, there are two kinds of enlightenment. The one is the linear enlightenment. The linear enlightenment is to know about yourself, to realize yourself, who you are, what you are, where you have come from, what is your life journey, third eye, astral travel, all this, your linear enlightenment. That means you know about yourself. And once you know about yourself, then there is stellar enlightenment. In stellar enlightenment means you realize that we are not the only species. There are infinite stars, there are infinite galaxies, there are infinite life forms. And you collaborate with other dimension people and you work towards the greater cause. When you are working to realize yourself, that is linear enlightenment. When you realize that there are so many planets and there are so many star systems and there are so many galaxies and life exists in many, many dimensions. You are not alone. You are not the only one. It's infinite. The creation is infinite. And you work with the star beings. You collaborate with them. You become multidimensional. In fact, you are multidimensional, but you realize you are a multidimensional being. That is stellar enlightenment. So then you get into the oneness consciousness. That is ultimate enlightenment. First is the linear enlightenment, then that is the ultimate enlightenment, which is stellar enlightenment. So the journey continues. So people ask, what happens? Once I finish all the lessons on the earth, what happens? Earth is like a school. Then you go to college. There are so many dimensions, so many higher studies. So all those things, it will happen. But the first focus is linear enlightenment. Only a person who is enlightened is eligible for stellar enlightenment. Without linear enlightenment, stellar enlightenment is not possible. Without school, you cannot go to college. So our focus is on linear enlightenment for the time being. Stellar enlightenment naturally comes in our way. So it's going to be very interesting. And so every topic will go into detail. For example, law of karma, we'll go into very detail, understanding the karma. And there will be question answer sessions. And with the question answer, your understanding will be much more detailed. You will have the depth of understanding. So like this, we'll discover the core aspect of spirituality for the next 6 days. Okay, so we'll finish off this session today because there is another meditation session happening in PMC UK. So now we have Ravi Kiran from PMC UK. So this session is primarily designed for Europeans and for people from UK, and also people from Australia and US because it suits their time zone. So over to Master Ravi Kiran from UK. You can say a few words and conclude, and we'll all see you tomorrow. And if you have any questions, please write down your questions. And there is a way to ask the question. So when you're about to ask a question, you be very precise. Go straight to the point. Don't beat around the bush. Your question should be straight, simple. And your question should be useful to your journey. And also your question should be helpful for others. Then that is a very good question. But if you're asking a question which doesn't help you, but you're asking the question simply out of curiosity, that is not a good question. You are simply wasting time. So ask beautiful questions so that it is useful to you and it is also useful to others. Okay. So I now let Ravi Kiran to speak few words and then we'll conclude. And there will be another meditation session continuing in the PMC UK group.
Thank you, Pradeepji. It's always delightful to listen to you. Every time we listen to you, even if it is the same topic, but still there are new points we will learn. And yeah, this is going to be happening for next another 5 days. So let us all utilize this wonderful opportunity. And in the future, we will have Pradeepji in the UK doing workshops. Okay, so this time itself we wanted to have him, but because of the other schedules, he has to travel to India. Otherwise, we would have had him in this month or maybe next month. But yeah, anyway, whether it is offline, online, it is always we can learn something when we hear to Pradeepji. Thank you for this wonderful, and which is very, very core and important for spirituality. Thank you so much once again, Pradeep. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ravi Kiranji. And namaste to all of you. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And while I'm teaching, I'm also learning. So I have to do my dharma or else I cannot be happy. You see, whatever I'm doing is for my joy. And what I'm doing is primarily helping me and it's also helping others. So thanks for this opportunity and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.